In this video, I will share with you from the Bible why the rich get richer and why the broke stay stuck. Every result you admire, every result you see and admire, all right, that is being achieved consistently is as a result of obedience to principles. Every of those successes you see are following a particular principle. Now, it doesn't matter whether you like those people or not, if they obey these principles that I'm about to show you, they are going to get the result, whether you like them or not. Now, let me ask you a question. If I throw a pen up, what happens? It comes down, right? Now, what happens if I throw that same pen tomorrow? It will still come down. Why? Because it is following a particular principle. And you know what? If you don't pay attention to these principles, you will spend your time complaining, blaming people for your failures, blaming God, blaming society, blaming where you were born, and all these things do not help. All right, so quickly, I'll be telling us a story from the Bible, all right, from Luke chapter 19. And so that we'll not have to read everything, I just want to give us a context. A nobleman, as the Bible said, was about to travel to a particular country to be coronated as a king. But before he traveled, he gave his servants, 3 different servants, all right, he gave them talents. And in those days, talents is weighed as money. Talent is being compared to money, and he told them to invest those talents, all right, and to make profit of it. All right, so that's just the context, and I'm going to continue reading from here, from verse 15. Upon his return, he called the men to whom he had given, that's when he came back, he called the men to whom he had given the money to find out what they had done with it and what their profits were. The first man reported a tremendous gain, 10 times as much as the original amount. "Fine," the king exclaimed. "You're a good man. You have been faithful with the little I've entrusted to you, and as your reward, you shall be governor of 10 cities. I hope you're paying attention. The next man also reported a splendid gain, 5 times the original amount. "All right," the master said, "you can be governor over 5 cities." But the third man brought back only the money he had started with. I hope I'm following. He brought back only the money we had started with. "I have kept it safe," he said. "I've kept it safe." And this sounds like a lot of us, we are found this habit of playing it safe. That brings me to my first point, all right, in this video. Rich people have mastered the art of taking calculated risk, while broke people avoid taking risks totally because things could go wrong. Now look at this this story. The first man had 10 talents, the second man had 5, the third had just 1. Now, from all of them, all right, which one do you think should have been more afraid of losing? Right? Is the one that had more. But guess what? The one who had little was still the same person who is more afraid of losing. And I believe that applies to a lot of people. You see some people who are actually broke, and then you tell them, okay, buy this course, learn this, invest in this, it can develop you. And you see them saying things like, "Oh, why should I do this? Why should I have to pay this amount of money for this? Why do I have to do this?" And that is exactly how it is. The man said, "I've kept it safe." Broke people have mastered the art of playing it safe. They don't want to take any form of risk. They don't want to do anything. This is from the Bible, so it's not just my thoughts. They have mastered the art of playing it safe. All right. The moment anything becomes a form of risk, you see them shrinking back. So they don't want to take any form of risk. And you know what? Everything that will be built, whether it is a business, whether it is a whatever it is, a career, there is a level of risk. In fact, life itself is a risk. Going out is a risk. Going to school is a risk. Walking on the road is a risk. Anything could happen, but you still do it anyway because you have things that appear to be more profitable to you. And if you feel that taking risk is risky itself, then you just remain where you are. Right? These things are from the Bible. They are not just my thoughts. They are from the Bible. These are the things Jesus said. Right? The man said, "I've kept it safe because I was afraid." I've kept it safe. And that's fear. All right? So a lot of people don't want to take risk because they feel that they might lose. Now, and we always look at one aspect of this story. What if it fails? What if the business? What if I start the business and it fails? What if I invest my money and I lose it? What if I invest in this thing, in this person, and I lose it? Now, can we think about the other side of the equation? What if I invest in this business and it becomes $1 million business? What if I invest in this career and I become the best in that organization? And we only look at the left hand side to say, the left hand side of this equation, if I may put it like that. We don't look at the profitable side. And if you keep on looking at the negative side of an investment, all right, you will fail, because that is what you're focusing on. And because of this, a lot of people don't even take any step. And if you're not willing to invest in anything, you will spend your life working all your life. All right. So the man said, I've kept it safe. Please remember the first thing I said. Remember one of the things I said. The people who should have been more afraid of losing were the guys who had more to lose. Do you understand? The one who had little, and that's why broke people keep remaining broke. The one who had little or nothing to lose at all, he was the one who was more afraid of losing it. So he said, let's just continue with the story. He said, I've kept it safe because I was afraid you would demand my profits. Remember the first thing I mentioned, all right? I said, rich people have mastered the art of taking calculated risk, managing risk, but broke people avoid the risks because they feel that they will lose everything. All right. Now, the second thing I've noticed, the second thing we got from this is that rich people always seek for ways to serve others. All right. Rich people seek for a way to serve others first before themselves. They look for a way to serve others first. All right. While broke people are hyper focused on themselves. So the reason why the guy is starting a business is because he wants to make money. He doesn't want to be poor again. So because he has that kind of mindset, I must make profit, I must make gains. And now that isn't the bad in itself. But if that is your primary or utmost reason for starting a business, it is wrong. All right. So because he feels that he needs to make profit, he's willing to do anything, whether it involves cheating his customers, selling with inflated prices, and a lot of things, because that is his goal. But you know what? Rich people have mastered the art of putting other people first. So they are going into a business. The first thing they're asking is, how can I serve the people in this particular market? How can I serve the people in this particular industry? What can I do to improve what is already there? How can I innovate? And because they have this mindset of putting other people first, serving people first, guess what? Life is cyclic. Whatever you give out will come back to you. That is how it is. And if you're interested, if you're hyper focused, if people find out that you are hyper focused on solving their problems, they will pay you to solve more for them. That is exactly how life is. I have a mentor, somebody I follow a lot. I love him. His name is Myron Golden. All right, some of you know him probably. Now, he does videos where he teaches people how to run their businesses, all right, following some certain principles from the Bible. Right now, he offers free content, quality value content, all right. But you know what? Because he's offering this amount of value for free, a lot of people will go to him and pay him a whole lot of money, all right, a whole lot of money to teach them more advanced things. And that is exactly how it is, all right. So the second thing I mentioned was that rich people seek for ways to serve others, while broke people are hyper focused on profits for themselves, how they can gain for themselves. All right, so let's quickly continue the story. But the third man brought back only the money he had started with. I've kept it safe because I was afraid you would demand my profits, for you are a hard man to deal with. All right, he didn't like his boss. So for those of you that don't like your boss, learn. Sorry, I'm just joking. All right, taking what isn't yours and even confiscating crops that others plant. You vile and listen. You cannot, if you're not willing to learn to serve others, you will not be able to build something of your own. I don't know if you get this context. Maybe I'm not putting it right, but this is it. If you have not developed the habit of putting other people first, serving other people first, there is a low possibility of you being able to serve yourself. So you see some people who don't like their jobs, right? And it's understandable. But if you don't have the heart of serving people, even when you go to start your own business, because the idea of serving people is not in your mind, you're always thinking of yourself first, you will not be able to build a sustainable business. right? So you see some people taking off like a tornado, and then all of a sudden they are coming down very fast. That's because they have not mastered the art of serving people. People are what grows a business. If you can serve people, then you can grow a business. All right. I just said that, by the way. Let's just continue. You vile and wicked servant, wicked slave, the king roared. Hard am I? That's exactly how I'll be towards you. If you knew so much about me and how tough I am, why then didn't you deposit the money in the bank so that I could at least get some interest on it? 24. Then turning to the other standing by, he ordered, please pay attention to this part. This is the most important part of this video. Take the money away from him and give it to the man who earned the most. But sir, they said, he has enough already. Yes, the king replied, but it is always true that those who have, pay attention, those who have get more, and those who have little soon lose even that which they have. Look at it. Those who have get more, and those who have little will soon lose that which they have. And I will explain this to you. And I think the best way to explain it is to just read it word for word how I wrote it. Because broke people are afraid of making investment. Please pay attention. Like I said, this is the most important part of this video. Because broke people are afraid of making investment, they spend the money they've traded their time for to buy stuff from people who were not afraid of making investment. I think I should repeat that again. Because broke people are afraid of making investment, they spend their time, all right? Okay, let me just repeat it. Sorry, I'm not getting it right. Because broke people are afraid of making investment, they spend the money they traded their time for to buy stuff from people who were not afraid of making investment. So I don't know if you guys get the picture I'm trying to paint here. That's exactly how it is. If you don't, it's either you have leverage or you are leveraged for someone else. Look at that guy who he doesn't, because he's afraid of starting a business. All right, just use this as an example. It's not like a real life scenario, but it happens. He's so afraid to start a business. He's too afraid to do the things he knows he needs to do, even though he has a lot of knowledge, right? Because he's afraid that things could go wrong. Now he's actually spending the money he has made from his job, all right, to buy things that he needs from somebody who has started a business. Are you seeing it? So what happens is that the money is transferring from him who has little to somebody who has, and then the person is having more. That's the premise of this. That's the entire premise of this video I'm trying to explain to you. All right. So it seems as though the people who have already are making more. It's not just because they work the hardest. All right, but because they are looking out to serve people and they are not afraid of taking risk. Now, because of what they are doing, the people who are not willing to take this risk are going to spend the limited resources they have, which is time, limited amount of money they are making. They are spending it to buy things from people who have made investments, invested in their businesses, invested in their software, invested in various things, in their career, whether it's a YouTube channel, whatever it is. All right, so can you see how the money is transferring from the people who don't have, or the people who have little, to those who have, and then the ones that have are having more? Do you understand? That's the premise of this entire video, and that is why rich people are getting richer and the broke have no idea. All right, I believe you're able to learn a thing or two from this video, and the essence of making all these videos is not to give you knowledge. Some of you already know these things I'm about to say, but the essence is for you to start working on it, start learning new things, start making investment. Invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to. An investment in yourself is something that nobody can take away from you. If you've learned how to code, there's nothing anybody could say to you that will make you forget how to code, because it has now become a skill, it has now become a part of you. So invest in yourself. Learn to serve people. Take more risk. All right. Invest in that business. Take calculated risks. All right. Learn new things. You understand? I'm not a business coach or a consultant or whatever it is. All right. But what I'm telling you are things that are found in the Bible, and these are things that I've started practicing, and I'm seeing a lot of results. All right. So what I'm telling you is that you should start taking risk. Start taking calculated risk. All right. I'm not talking about the lottery or whatever. All right. Start taking calculated risk. Invest in yourself. It may seem like you're wasting money, but you're not. It's an investment in yourself. All right. That's the entire premise of this video. And I actually did a video on how to make 2025 your best year yet, and I'll be linking it. All right, and I'll be putting an end screen card over right here. So do well to watch that video also. I believe you were blessed by this video, and if you were, please leave a like. If this video was valuable to you in any way, leave a like, subscribe to get more videos, better videos, all right, than this one, more videos like this. All right, share this video, like this video, do what you got to do. God bless you. See you in the next video.